So the lifestyle of the Hungarians, I would say it's pretty similar to what we have here in the States. Kids go to school, the parents try to work, they have family time. They're people, just like we are. And so a lot of the things they do are a lot of the things that we would do, that they want to be happy. They want to have success in life. And so they eat like we do. So they're people. They do have, obviously, their culture to go along with it. And so their day-to-day activities could vary from what we do. Rather than just going out maybe once every other week or every week to go get their groceries, it's a lot easier for them to go get things fresh every day. So they have these markets and the bakeries that they can go to, and so they can get fresh produce, fresh baked goods every day. And so a lot of the people will do that. And it's fun to see that. Like, we'd be out street contacting, and we'd pass the market, and there's just all these great people just doing their daily shopping, getting their food for the day. Work is also, it can be hard to come by for the people. There's quite a bit of unemployment. And so it really just depends on who you are for the family, if they're going to have work, or if what they're going to do each day. Because if they need work, either they'll go out searching for it, or maybe they stay home and do the home duties while hopefully their spouse is out working. But it can be hard. That can be a challenge, the work field. Yeah, the kids go to school just like they do here in the United States. But yeah, it is a little bit different there, how the school works. I think they have an extra grade there that they go to. I thought it was interesting that they don't typically serve food, like they don't have the cafeteria for the students at their schools. They take their own food. So they have like a little bit of release time between each class, at least the schools that I was in, because sometimes we had the opportunity to teach English in the schools. There was one city where it worked out perfectly. We were able to go about once or twice a week to teach some of the teenagers in their high school, and that was when I became aware of it. I was like, oh, they don't have lunchtime, like they don't have a cafeteria, and they're like, yeah, we just eat in between our classes. And rather than them going up and moving to different classrooms for a different subject, the teachers came to them. So there was a specific class where they were in, that was their classroom, and then the teachers would rotate classrooms. So that was interesting. I don't know if that's every school in the country, but I found that to be common, for that to be the procedure. And something else interesting that I really loved about the culture there was shops would close for the weekend. Like on Saturdays, they were open till a certain point, but it was like once it became evening, once it was getting later in the day, a lot of the stores would close, which I thought was interesting, because that's not something common that I would see here. Back home, a lot of the malls are open, a lot of the grocery stores stay open, so that people can still do what they want to do like on any other day. But over there, it was the custom for these shops to close. And sometimes the restaurants would stay open later, but it was neat because it showed that they actually cared about having family time. They wanted to be home with their families. They wanted to have a break from the busy day-to-day things they do throughout the week. And so on Sundays, the city seemed so dead sometimes. It was like there wasn't so much going on because people wanted to be with their families. And that was more noticeable in the smaller cities. I'm sure that in Budapest it wasn't as common. I wasn't ever really in Buda or Pest on Sundays. I served in Kispest when I was in the big city. But there were smaller places like Szolnok and Kecskemét, and even in Pécs, these different cities I served in, everything just seemed so mellow. And if you went out and saw people out and about, they were usually with their families, like with their kids going on walks or on their way to their church services, because the Catholics, they would have their services, and the Reformists. And so that was something I really liked, that the weekends they actually respected that a lot more than at least I tend to see here. So that was neat.